Radha Madhava Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramamsa Parirajakara Stotra Shata Srimad Divine Grace. Abhay Charanarvindesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramamsa Parirajakara Stotra Shata Srimad Divine Grace. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Itai Gaur Premanande. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories, Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories, Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 74, Text number 4. Please repeat. Nahi hi ekadasya dityasya brahmana paramatmana karmabhir vadate tejo harshate yatharavihi. Nahi ekadasya avada adityasya brahmana paramatmana karmabhir vardate tejo harsatye cha yatharavihi. Nahi ekadasya adityasya brahmana paramatmana karmabhir vardate tejo harshayate cha yatharavihi. Please chant. Nahi ekadasya aditya brahmana paramatmana karmabhir vardhatye tejo harshate cha yatharavihi. Nahi ekadasya advaitasya brahmana paramatmana karmabhir vardhate tejo harshate cha yatharavihi. Thank you very much. Word to word meaning: na, not, he, indeed, ekasya, one, of the one, advaitasyata, without a second, brahmana, the absolute truth, paramatmana, the super soul, the supreme soul, karmabhihi, by activities, vardate, increases, tejaha, the power, harshate, diminishes, cha, and yataha, as, ravihi, of the sun. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. But of course, the power of the Absolute Truth, the Supreme Soul, the permeable one without a second, is neither increased nor diminished by his activities any more than the sun's power is by its movement. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes in Krishna, King Yudhishthira said, your real position is always exalted, exactly like that of the sun, which always remains at the same temperature, both during the time of its rising and the time of its setting. Although we feel that difference in the temperature between the rising and setting the sun, the temperature of the sun never changes. You are always transcendently poised, and thus you are neither pleased nor disturbed by any conditions of the material affairs. You are the Supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead, and for you there are no relatives. Sridhar Swami quotes a similar statement from the Vedic mantras Na karmana vardate no kanyan in the Satahapta Brahmana 14.7.2.28, Titaya Brahmana 3.12.9.7, and Brahma Aradhika Upanishad. He is not increased by his activities, nor does he becomes lesser. As explained here by King Yudhishthira, the Lord is one without a second. There is no other entity in his supreme category, and thus it is simply by his causeless mercy that he is agreed to carry out the orders of his pure devotee, like Maharaj Yudhishthira. There is certainly no loss of status for the Supreme Personality of Godhead when he thus extended his causeless mercy to his surrendered devotees. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मायं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. So here Maharaj Yudhishthira is glorifying Lord Krishna in the assembly of sacrifice, that who is qualified to take the first offering. In that assembly, Maharaj Yudhishthira is offering his prayers and glorifications to the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna. In that context, one of the glorification is he is saying that you are the Supreme Soul and primeval one without second. There is nobody competition for you, and neither increases nor diminish by his activities. This is second quality. We see generally in this material world, if someone has some kind of a activity, depends on what activity he has done. Based on that, people will glorify him or people will criticize him. Correct? If a person does good things to the society, to his family members, or to the nation, he is being glorified. If a person does some bad activity, for example, stealing or killing someone or doing harm to the nation, according to his activity, he is punished. But here, the Lord is neither increased nor diminished by his activities. Why Yudhishthir Maharaj is mentioning is here very very important point. Like though he is doing, superhuman activities which are impossible to any human being to do. For example, like lifting the Govardhana hill at the age of 7, which is very impossible to any kid to lift. And he's not only lifting with the hand, he's just lifting the Govardhana hill with his tiny finger, pinky finger. It is impossible to do anybody. And at the same time, he is carrying out the orders of his pure devotee. Just like we see in the Mahabharata, in the war of Kurukshetra, he has become a chariot driver for his Arjuna. Such a low position he has taken. Usually, in the material world, we see nobody gives importance to the driver, right? If somebody says that, um, what do you do for a living? If you said I'm a driver, oh okay, there there is not much respect. There's not much, you know, recognition is given. If he is the same person says, I'm the mayor of this state or the president of this states, United States, or governor, or etc. etc. If you give your position or company CEO of a company, then immediately you offer respects. But here the Lord is Achyuta, he is never fallen by his activity. One may think that, oh, Krishna is driving in the chariot of Arjuna, that means his position is down. No, even though he is become a chariot driver, even though he is become a child in Mother Yashoda's lap, and even though Mother Yashoda is chasing after him with a stick, still his position is remains same. Just like in the you know here example is given, the sun which rises early in the morning. Now we see the example. Now it is look very hot in the morning, but in the same time in the evening it looks very cool and blazing. But sun never changes its temperature. It is not he has a regulator. He can change the temperature. Okay, now I'm going. I'm rising now. I should increase my temperature with 100 degrees or 200 degrees. Oh, now it's evening. I reduce my temperature so that people should not feel hot. No, the thing is that we are moving. You know, the earth is rotating. That's why we feel that our sun is rising or sun is setting. So, but some temperature of the sun never changes. Similarly, Lord is always transcendental and equipoised. He is neither pleased nor disturbed by any condition of material affairs. We see that if he have everything in material life, everything is in place, everything work properly, then we feel at least satisfied or happy, or at least we can live. If something goes ups and downs, if something goes wrong, then immediately, people will get disturbed. Correct. So here, Supreme Personality of Godhead is not the same, because here comparison is given that how a normal conditioned soul suffers or enjoys according to his activities, according to his karma, and how a Supreme Personality of Godhead is not affected by these kind of changes in material world. That's why in the Lord Bhagavad Gita says Sitoshna Sukha Dukkha. So in the both, happiness and distress try to be equipoised. Don't get overly joy when something comes to you which is makes you happy, and at the same time don't get so disturbed by if something you loses. This statement is made to the not only Arjuna, for all humankind, because Arjuna is feeling, oh, if I kill my relatives, my spiritual master, my grandfather, then there is nobody to show off my opulence, then there is nobody to share my happiness. But Lord says, what is the actual dharma? As a Kshatriya, you should do your duty. And these happiness and distress come and go. So never attached to these things. And he is not increased by his activities, and nor he becomes a loser. It is not that okay, Krishna lifted a Govardhan hill, Krishna killed the demon, then only he is increased. Or nor it is like, oh, Krishna is chased after Mother Yashoda, and oh, Krishna is holding the shoes of Nanda Maharaj, giving to Nanda Maharaj, then his position is down. No. But if we see in the material world, if somebody in a higher post, doing the duties, we respect him. If the same person doing some activity which are not so pleasing, or not so, what do you say, to his level, then people naturally will not respect him. Correct. Just like if a person very VIP, if he does his job according to his status, then everybody will respect him. If the same VIP comes down and sweep the floor, and nobody is respecting, because he thinks that okay, now he may got uh, you know he the position has been taken off, or he may got demotion instead of promotion, and that's why he is doing. So people will think that, and at the same time, they don't give respect to him. So based on the activity, what Supreme Lord does, Krishna does, is not being judged. He is given the name, different names. When he was under care of Mother Yashoda, he was called Yashodanandana. And when he is driving the chariot of Arjuna, he is called Parthasarathi. According to activity, what he does, he was named. At the same time, it's not his position is degraded, and he doesn't relate to the material world's people's praising or people's criticizing him. In general, we see that if somebody is praising, and immediately that person will become puffed up. Oh, please say again. It feels so good. You know, if some same person is criticized, he is not pleased. He is not will be not happy. These effects come and go. You know, but we should not be affected by that. For example, what is a good music? We hear good music. Oh, I like to hear music, good music, and you may hear some kind of a nice melody song or music. But actually, in reality, that is okay. It's like those are all good music to hear. Sometimes, what is good music to each and every living entity? Like if he hears some violin or guitar or flute. But better than that, the music which is very very pleasing to an individual is if somebody is praising to him. If somebody is praising to him, oh, you are such a good person, you do such a nice work, and you give such a nice discourse, or you do so many things which are nice, then that is a good music for him. And it is not if what is bad music, then if same person, even if it is criticizing, the same person being criticized, still the person is center because they are criticizing him. Still, he doesn't feel that is a bad music because they are talking about him. But he doesn't feel criticizing. "Oh, okay, they are still criticizing me." Still, because his ego is there. But actually, what is bad music is if the person is not being glorified at the same time, if other person is glorified in front of him. If I imagine in front of us, if other person is glorified, then that is a bad music. So like that, people are affected by these things. But one who is doing unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service, these things will not affect him. Just like a supreme personality of Godhead is neither disturbed by any condition of material affairs. So one should remember that he is uh, not like an ordinary living entity. He doesn't come in the category of a jivas. He comes, supreme living entity, supreme category. It is by just by his causeless mercy, he is carrying out the orders of his pure devotees, not anyone and everyone. That is also condition. He is not carrying out the order of anybody in this material world. He is just carrying out the order of pure devotee. Because pure devotee's main uh, focus or main aim, main goal is to how I can serve the Lord. And the Lord's main aim or main intention is how I can serve my devotee. You see both reciprocation with each other. Lord is thinking how can I serve my devotee, and devotee is thinking how can I serve the Lord, because both are reciprocation. This loving reciprocation is there between the devotees and the Lord. It's not that Lord wants to serve devotee and devotees get served and he feel happy. No. And at the same time, uh, Lord, pure devotee of the Lord, he serves somebody and the Lord feels happy. No. The Lord is being served by devotee and devotee is being served by the Lord. Both are taking that rasa. This is the highest form of rasa that they are experiencing. Maharaj Yudhishthira and Krishna and Arjuna and Krishna and Mother Yashoda and Krishna and whoever is a pure devotee, mother, father, they are exchanging different mellows. According to them, Mother Yashoda, Krishna is little baby. That her only goal is to how to take care of Krishna. Her only aim is how to serve Krishna. There is nothing in this material world important to her. And she has this rasa, Vatsalya rasa. But out of all the rasas, the highest rasa is Srimati Radharani. You know, Srimati Radharani knows how to serve Krishna. That's why we say that if you cannot approach directly Krishna, you should approach through Srimati Radharani. It's like we chant holy name, not Krishna, 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 Rama, Rama, Rama. We chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. So Hare is our internal potency of the Lord. First we address the energy, then energetic. This is a simple definition given by Srila Prabhupada. So we should approach Lord Krishna not directly, through his pure devotees, like spiritual master, devotees of the Lord. And Another example is that in South India there is a temple Srirangam called Srirangam temple. So I am sure you must be there. So there is a rule or a custom that before taking Ranganath Swami's darshan, you should take the darshan of Lakshmi ji, goddess of fortune. Then you should take the darshan of the Lord Ranganath. That is the rule, that is the guidance they are given. Then in that this was nice exchange happened between Lord Ranganath and Lakshmi Devi. And Lakshmi Devi always opens her eyes and sees who are all coming and how can I shower mercy upon them. But Ranganath is always closing his eyes and lying on the snake bed. So in that context, um, Lakshmi Devi, goddess of fortune, tells Ranganath, you know, why do you close your eyes? See, these devotees are coming to take your darshan. Give your mercy. And Ranganath says, no, these are all not the devotees, they're just wanting some kind of a desires, some people of, needing of distress, desires or whatever. I don't see them because they are, not a pure enough. Then Lakshmi Devi, goddess of fortune, says, see, in this age of Kali Yuga, at least they are coming. Out of many people, at least few are coming to take darshan. The better you give mercy to these people. If you don't give them mercy, none of will be coming to take your darshan. So the goddess of fortune recommends like that. You better you give mercy to them. Otherwise, you won't see these people also next time. So in that way, then Rangana says, okay. In that way, that's why we should take the darshan of the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi. Then we should take darshan of Ranganath. So like that, uh, through Radharani, we can approach Lord Krishna and we can serve Lord Krishna. In that, we become purified. So here, we see that Maharaj Yudhishthira is glorifying um, in the assembly of sacrifice that you should be get first offerings and you are the supreme lord, nobody is equal to you, nobody is above to you. Just like he has given sun temperature never increases, never decreases, and he is always equipoised. He is never judged by his activities or never disturbed by any material conditions of life, of material world, and he don't relate to with any other things in this material world. And finally he says that he simply carry out the orders of his pure devotees out of mercy, causeless mercy, and out of love, and there is no loss or gain whatever the activities he does. So he extending his causeless mercy to whoever surrenders his uh, to the lotus feet and whoever render devotional service in pure consciousness. So Maharaj Yudhishthira, keeps on glorifying Lord Krishna, why he should get a first offering. So we should also think that there are many lessons to take away today's verse, that Krishna is never what do you say, he's never fallen by his activity, though he's a chariot driver and he is not disturbed. We should also not get disturbed by the conditions of material life, and to have that situation, to be in that position, that's why we should do the process of devotional service very seriously and with very intense and very focused, so that we will be also not get disturbed by any conditions of material life. And he is a supreme Brahman, and he doesn't relate with anything in this material world. Absolutely, we should also try to, you should not relate to anything. Oh, if I have this, I will do this. If I have this, I will not do this. If I don't have this, no. Oh, my spiritual master is on the planet, then only I will chant and I will follow regulative principles, then I will execute. If my spiritual master lives on the planet, I don't do anything. No, we should not be that, do that. So we should only think how to execute Lord's mission, spiritual master's mission, and how to become closer to the Lord. Our goal should be every day how I can become closer to the Lord by doing this activity. Yes, there are many impediments, many obstacles will come on the path of devotional service, but still we should try to do our endeavor. Just like Mother Yashoda, she is trying to bound Krishna with a rope. Always she shot off two fingers, but still she didn't give up. She's keep on trying, keep on trying, and finally she surrenders. Oh Krishna, please, I cannot do. But at the same time, she did not give up in the first attempt, and she was trying many attempts. She was trying all the ropes, trying to tying together, doing together. But she was trying, but at the same time, she never give up her enthusiasm or her trying. At the same time, she is praying for the Lord. Finally, Lord saw her endeavor and he allowed himself to bound by Mother Yashoda. He is not bound by any ordinary living entity. Here he saw that sincerity, and at the same time he saw the sincerity in the Pandavas. That's why he is allowed the Pandavas to carry out his take their orders. He was allowed to become uh, peace messenger, and he allowed himself to become a chariot driver, and he was allowed to give orders upon him. You are in the sacrifice of this assembly. What service he is doing? He is in the shoe stand and collecting all the king's shoes. He was in the reception because he is allowed. At the same time, we see Bali Maharaj is a pure devotee. He is one of the Mahajan, and he allowed himself to become a gatekeeper. Correct. Though it is not the position is diminished, no. But the thing is he is being glorified. So we see that Krishna is doing all his activities which are transcendental and never should be judged according to his activity, but is always being glorified. Like we see in the Ramayana, there is one incident like where Lord Rama came with his army, monkey army, in the ocean. So he found that Sita is in Lanka, and he wanting to cross the ocean. At that time, he was meditating. He was actually is asking to give the way to the ocean, the demigod of ocean, to give the way so that they can cross the ocean and go to the other side of the land, Lanka, and fight with Ravan. So 3 days he was in the same meditation posture. But 3 days no reciprocation from the ocean god, and finally he became angry. He took a bow and arrow. He was releasing arrow so that the ocean will dry up. So immediately, a ocean god came up and said that, "Oh my lord, I was not testing your patient. I was just. I am not in a position to take your orders, and you are not in a position to take my orders. You understand that? concept. So Lord is a supreme position. He is not in a position to take permission from this particular demigod. And at the same time, that particular demigod, ocean god, is not in a position to give permission to the supreme lord, because he is superior. Supreme lord Ramachandra is superior. He can just order, but here as a human role he's just taking permission. Because he's playing the human role, he's taking permission, he's asking permission. But here the Lord is not in a position to take permission, and that particular demigod, the ocean god, is not in a position to give permission. So that's why that ocean god, he says that, "Oh Lord, I'm so sorry. I am not in a position to give you permission. You are the supreme Lord. You should just order. I give them my way. I give you way to cross this." So then he says that, okay, you can throw stones on me, I will hold it so that you can walk it. So here we see that this is very much uh, understanding that what is the position of the Lord and what is the position of the demigods. Because the demigods are not ordering the Lord, and Lord is not asking demigods to give me permission. I can play Rasa Leela, give me permission so that I can lift the Govardhan hill. No, he is not in that position. So here we see that, but only he um, reciprocates to his pure devotees. You know that's why Mother Yashoda is bound him after his many attempts. So these are the few points which I like to discuss. So if you have any questions, comments.
This particular point of the position of Lord Krishna and the position of the demigod, let's say, and that actually the position of Krishna is one that he can just order, and that the position of the demigod is that he can't order Krishna. I mean, there's the whole realm of social etiquette that can't be ignored. So it seems that it's very civilized to acknowledge someone's lower position if they hold a position, because that allows for happy reciprocation. I mean, to just take the position that one is that somebody in a superior position cannot at any time be ordered by a subordinate. I don't know if it's completely accurate, because the subordinate, because the position of the person in the superior position should be one of showing proper etiquette to the subordinate. And then if there's that proper etiquette and that sort of more happy kind of relationship, more open relationship, then naturally there would be the space for the subordinate to raise some query or question something. I don't think it's that is necessarily disregarding the position of the superior.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about the realm of social etiquette.
Yeah, it's a good point. Whenever Lord descend in this material world, he can do anything and everything. He's totally independent. Just like, but at the same time, he makes sure that it doesn't violate any kind of rules. any kind of guidelines or rules in the material world. Just like Hiranyakashipu got a boon from Brahma. At that time, it is not necessary that Lord should come and make sure that all terms and conditions are fulfilled. It be Hiranyakashipu then only be killed. No. He has unlimited energies to kill the demons in this material world. But out of love and affection, he descends. That is first thing. And second thing is that he makes sure that he doesn't violate the terms. What are the boons, terms and conditions which Hiranyakashipu got a boon from Brahma there. So that he asked, I should not be killed by any human or any animal. I should not kill inside, outside, not weapon. This one. Because he makes sure that all the terms and conditions are fulfilled, then only kill. So as you said, it is gives you example, perfect example to the all human society and who are in position. And at the same time, the Brahma's boons are also not being violated. And in the same situation, not only the Lord, devotees of the Lord also following. That's like in the Ramayana, when Hanuman searched for Sita, when he found Mother Sita is in Lanka, at that time he was making mess of the Lanka. And finally, when Indrajit, Ravana's son, released the Brahmastra, out of respect, he surrendered himself to the Brahmastra. Then he will get bounded. It is that means he is full. He is given respect, though he is not ready to follow, but at the same time, out of respect, he did. But in the similar regular in general scenario, yes, subordinates are should be have a sense that, and at the same time superior position who are they also have the sense that whatever they are doing, it's becoming an example for the subordinate to follow. And at the same time, subordinate should also follow the example of a superior, whatever however he deals in the dealings with other person. But one thing, he should be sensitive. That's why in the spiritual life, training is most important factor. If they don't have a training, unnecessary, they think these kind of misunderstandings come up. Subordinates don't know how to follow superior, and superior don't know how to be an example what they are doing. So in spiritual culture, that's why training is very very much important. That's why we ask the training, proper training should undergo. It is not like you chant 16 rounds, you take the initiation and you are done. No, after initiation only the training program starts. That's where your real interaction with the devotees, subordinates, superiors, authorities, spiritual master, that's where you are into the picture. Till initiation you are out of picture. You are just like okay, funny, you're just practicing. Though you are becoming a serious, but you are just like out of the circle of the devotees. When you take initiation, then you become a focused person. Then the focus light is on you, and how you deal and how you act, and how you talk to the seniors or equals or subordinates or do that. These are all things comes to matter. Okay, we don't know how to deal. That's why we need a training, Vaishnava etiquettes, this training, that training. Then only he comes to know how to deal. I hope this gives you some information. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for your class. I was just wondering if you have any thoughts on. I remember when we had, I guess, the 50th year reunion or the celebration of Kishore
50th
Kishori,
anniversary, 50th anniversary
50th
of temple
anniversary.
and stuff.
Um, I remember one of the Prabhupada disciples saying how Prabhupada didn't really want us to just move in the temple, stay in the temple for life. He says he would like to see, I guess it's Bhakti Vriksha, where you go
Mm.
out and start your own temple, start your own center, and spread the
Yes.
name. So, being subordinate equals and superiors, that's dynamic. It can change in different ways because ultimately, is it not the goal to branch out and become a charya, become an example, and it's like start your own center.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, Srila Prabhupada gives instruction to the different people and different place, time, and circumstances. Srila Prabhupada, when he is in West, he gives certain kind of instructions so that it is appropriate according to the time, place, circumstances here. At the same time, when Srila Prabhupada in India, he gives different instruction to the different disciples. So, according to the Srila Prabhupada, they are good in that area. They are good in preaching. According to Prabhupada, they are good in doing administrative work. According to Prabhupada, because he's a pure devotee, he is pure in consciousness, he gives us instructions so that that person will follow. And something we cannot copy paste because each individual is different. I am different, you are different. But the fundamental guidelines are same. I should chant 16 rounds, you should chant 16 rounds. Even sannyasis should also chant 16 rounds. The fundamentals are same. The books are the same. And preaching is essence. Books are the basis. Purity is a force. Preaching is essence. So these are fundamentals of the same. But based on the fundamentals, foundations, we should act accordingly to our nature. So Srila Prabhupada said some of the disciples, not necessarily everybody should come in the temple. They can go and preach, make congregation, develop congregations, develop, establish bhakti vrikshas. Because Prabhupada would able to see their clear vision. He knows how to engage each and every person. That's why he's saying, he's a pure devotee of the Lord. He doesn't have to take a course, how to engage everybody. His consciousness is pure because he's always thinking how to execute the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In that consciousness, he knows what and how to engage this particular living entity. Accordingly, he gives instructions. So, for us, presently, we have spiritual master, we have Shiksha Guru, we have books of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada many times says, these purports are not my purport. These purports are given by Krishna. I'm just writing these purports. So when you read Prabhupada books, you are directly associating with Krishna, Prabhupada, Guru, and based on the like whatever you read, the intelligence gets purified. When intelligence gets purified, you know what is good and what is bad for you, at least. So you should be able to do that, and at the same time execute the orders of the spiritual masters. And because spiritual master will not give same instructions to every disciple, he will not give instructions to all of my disciples should move into the temple, irrespective of Mataji's Prabhu. Give up your job, give up your occupation, move in the temple and do. No, he will give according to his nature. Each one has his own nature to serve Krishna. Just like we see, as we discussed, Mother Yashoda has parental nature, Vatsalya Rasa. She serves in her mode. And Arjuna has friendship, Sakya Rasa. He serves in that mode. And Hanuman has Dasya Rasa, servant mode. He serves in that mode. But these all three people, they has a strong conviction that I should serve Krishna in my position. They don't exchange their position. Like if you ask Hanuman, Oh, what is there in servantership, Dasyaras? You should exchange your rasa into friendship like Arjuna. He will beat you. He won't agree because his mode is fixed. In his mode, he is serving. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the same Lord Hanuman took in the form, he's incarnated. He took birth as Murari Gupta, right? He was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna. Krishna is asking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking chant the name of Krishna. But for Murari Gupta it is impossible. He's trying his best, but he tried, and next day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and hugged him, said that you chant the name of Lord Rama because you are the real devotee. So Lord is also will not intervene in your nature. You should identify what is your nature. To identify what is your nature, how to identify your nature? Cheto darpana marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam Shreyat kairava chandrika vidaranam vidyavadhu vibhushanam. This is Ashtakam. Every day we chant. What is the first verse? Cheto darpana marjanam. Cleansing of the heart, cleansing of the mirror of our identity. If your mirror is so dirty, so it is so piled of dust, you cannot see yourself. What you do, you cleanse the mirror. In the process of cleaning it takes time. We should have a patience. So by chanting, hearing, by reading, these are all the process cheto darpana marjanam, cleansing the mirror of the heart. Then you can identify what is a real relationship between the Lord, in which mood you are, and how you can serve. But at the same time, you should not artificially imitate the other devotees. You should know how you should know, then automatically it revives in your heart and guru will tell you, and based on that guru sadhu shastra you can do the activities. Okay, thank you very much. Kantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Prema.